All right, y'all. Matthew chapter 8, the breakdown. So, after completing his report on Jesus' teaching in the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5 1 through 2, Matthew turns to demonstrating Jesus' authority over disease, demons, and even the weather. Instead of telling the stories of Jesus' ministry, in strict chronological order, Matthew groups Jesus' miracles into a series of stories. Beginning with this chapter, this emphasis on miracles runs through chapter 11, where the focus will turn to Jesus' teachings and parables. First, Jesus is approached by a man afflicted with some kind of skin disease. The Greek term used here are the source of the modern term leprosy, though they originally referred to a wide range of conditions. Such persons were not only stricken with a disease, they were shunned from public life and ceremonially unclean. That's crazy. Boldly with great faith and humility, the man kneels before Jesus and says that he can make himself clean if he wants to. Jesus touches the man, even though the laws say that touching a leper makes a person unclean. In this case, though, the leper is immediately healed. Jesus commands him to go to the priest to be declared clean without telling anyone what had happened. Matthew 8 1 through 4. Next, in Jesus' adopted hometown of Capernaum, Jesus is approached by messengers from a Roman centurion on, I don't know how you say that. Luke 7 1 through 10. Centurions were military officers commanding as many as several hundred men. The officer's servant is paralyzed, suffering greatly, on the verge of death. Jesus agrees to come to the centurion's home to heal the man, but the Roman officers say he's unworthy to have Jesus in his home. Instead, he points out that Jesus only needs to say the word to heal his servant. Matthew 8 5 through 8. The centurion compares Jesus' authority over the natural world of human biology to that of his own authority as a Roman officer. He is both under authority and holds authority over his soldiers. He speaks a word and it is immediately carried out. He knows Jesus can do the same. Jesus marvels at the man's great faith, even though he is a Gentile, saying that he has not found anything like it in Israel. Jesus' teaching teaches a crowd that many Gentiles will be in the kingdom of heaven along with Abraham and the patriarchs. Not every Israelite will be there, however. The key measure is not ethnicity or culture, but it's faith in him. Galatians 3:28 through 29. Jesus speaks the word, and the man's servant is immediately healed. Matthew 8 9 through 13. Next, Jesus goes to Peter's house and heals Peter's mother-in-law from a fever. He spends the evening healing many people of sickness and casting out demons. Matthew connects this to a statement found in Isaiah 53 and 4, part of a longer Old Testament description of the Messiah's earthly ministry, Matthew 8 14 through 17. At some point in time, Jesus prepares to cross the Sea of Galilee. Two men approach claiming interest in following Christ. The first, as a scribe, he says he is willing to follow Jesus. Christ responds by telling him that this will not bring the scribe fame, fortune, wealth, or power. The implication seems to be that this man was looking for prestige, not truth. Matthew 8 18 through 20. The other man refers to burying his father before following Jesus. Most likely he meant that he would wait until his father had died, or that he would observe the customary 1 year wait to rebury a loved one's bones. Again, Jesus answered in a way that challenges the man's assumption. In this case, the man wants to delay following Christ until a more convenient time. Jesus quips that the man should not wait, rather he should leave the dead to bury their own dead. Matthew 8 21 through 22. Then Jesus gets into a boat with his disciples to escape the crowds, get some rest, and sail onto the other side of the Sea of Galilee. While Jesus is sleeping, a sudden and violent storm springs up. Waves pour water into the boat. This is not a minor storm, given that the experienced fishermen among the disciples are in fear for their lives. They wake up and cry out to him to save them. He asks why they have so little faith, and immediately stops the storm dead with a command to the wind and the waves. The disciples are astonished and wonder what kind of man they're following. Come on now, Jesus Christ. Matthew 8:23-27. When the boat reaches the other side of the lake, Jesus is confronted by two demon-possessed men. This account is also depicted in Mark 5:1-20. The demons recognized him as the Son of God. He cast them into a huge herd of pigs, Mark 5:13, who immediately rushed into the sea and drowned. The people of the region are afraid and ask Jesus to leave. Oh, no they ain't. So chapter context. Matthew follows the conclusion of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, Matthew 5:1-2. He returns to telling a series of dramatic stories to show Jesus' power and authority over every kind of disease, over demons, and even over the weather. Jesus also gives brief teachings about the hard road of following him on earth. He calms a violent storm with a single command and casts out demons from two violently possessed men. Matthew will focus mostly on miracles until shifting focus on Jesus' teachings and parables in chapter 11. So breakdown part 2. Matthew 8 is a chapter in the Bible that details several miracles performed by Jesus, demonstrating his authority over disease, demons, and the natural world. It also includes teachings on discipleship, highlighting the cost and the commitment required to follow Jesus. Yeah. The chapter showcases Jesus' power and the importance of faith in receiving his blessings. So, healing a leper. Jesus heals a man with leprosy, demonstrating his power to cleanse and restore physical health. Come on, Jesus. This miracle also highlights the importance of faith and obedience in seeking healing. Healing the centurion servant. Jesus heals the servant of a Roman centurion, emphasizing the centurion's faith and Jesus' authority over disease. This event also foreshadows the inclusion of Gentiles in God's kingdom. Healing Peter's mother-in-law. Jesus heals Peter's mother-in-law from a fever, showcasing his compassion and power over physical health. Calming the storm. Jesus demonstrates his authority over the forces of nature by calming a violent storm on the Sea of Galilee. This event highlights his power and the ability to bring peace amidst the chaos. I really want to see that. Like, I really would love to see like a visual of that from back then. I don't want to see no reteaching like something that people would do nowadays. I would love to have gone back to see that. Anyways, healing the demon possessed. Jesus cast out demons from two men, showcasing his authority over evil spirits and his power to deliver people from demonic influence. Cost of discipleship. Jesus engaged in brief dialogues with individuals who expressed interest in following him, emphasizing the commitment and sacrifice required to be his disciple. So in essence, Matthew chapter 8 serves as a powerful illustration of Jesus' divine nature and his ability to bring healing, deliverance, and new life to those who believe in him. Oh, that's so good. Jesus is amazing, isn't he? Oh, he's just so good. All right, y'all, that is all I have for Matthew chapter 8, and I will see you tomorrow for chapter 9. Bye.